Hey guys, Welsknight here and welcome back to another episode of Pixelmon from the PocketPixels server. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. We are once again in the lobby. As a reminder, this series is sponsored by PocketPixels, and if you want to come play with me here, all the information you need is in the video description. So let's jump onto the Yellow server. And today is the day. We've had the build competition, the Welsknight building competition, and today is the day I look at the entries and judge everything. I'm not going to do all the judging on camera because I don't think that's fair to people. Let's see, Warp Wells build. But I will fly around a little bit so you guys can actually see some of the builds and all that kind of good stuff. There are some really cool, I kind of looked at it a little bit earlier. There are some really cool builds here. Like, some of these have a lot of detail. Like, look at this thing. You got a dragon up in the sky and all sorts of sort of intricate roof shapes. Nice color palette on this. I actually really like this build a lot. Ranging to like something like this over here. I love the use of the cyan in the roof, nice landscaping, etc. And then you've got some kind of different takes on the idea of fantasy medieval. Like this one, for example, that is a Sirfetch'd fighting a dragon. It's a knight fighting a dragon. It's a Sirfetch'd fighting a Charizard, which is, I honestly really love this build, even though it's a very different sort of style than the more like architectural type builds. So there's all sorts of cool stuff here. I haven't looked at them all, and I definitely haven't really sat down and like judged them all yet either. But, you know, I've kind of taken a little bit of a peek and just kind of gotten an idea. You know, we had some that maybe were started but weren't necessarily finished all the way. We've got, you know, just a wide variety of different things. But yeah, lots of cool stuff here. So I'm just going to kind of fly around. If I see anything that I really want to show off, I'll let you know. Okay, this is a really cool one. And I'm not sure, somewhere I've got a list of all the builds by everyone. Angu. This one was made by Angu. I really like this. Really cool use of landscaping. I love the use of different colors of stained glass to kind of represent water. Then you got the landscape, the path kind of coming up. You've got this very nice sort of medieval, almost gothic. This is kind of like a, I don't know, gothic Victorian-esque sort of, I don't know what I would describe this style as, but it looks really good. And then even the use of the backdrop, they made a backdrop for it. Now, there's like a world border right up against the back. So really kind of a clever way to sort of hide that ugly world border in the back there, and kind of create like a nice little sort of background for the build. I really like this a lot. I think this is a really cool one. Alright, I know we already looked at this one, but I just wanted to mention the name of the person who made this one, because I really, really like this build as well. This was Kamiyumi. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then I also want to mention this one here. Which, to be honest, the only downside to this build is that it really doesn't look good if you're looking at it from any side other than the front. It's very much like a perspective-based build, but it looks great if you're looking at it from here. Which, you know, to be fair, that other build over there with the backdrop, that one probably doesn't look good from any other angle other than the front either. So I don't have an issue with perspective type builds. This one was by Jade TSP, and I really like this one too. And then this one, the Sirfetch'd fighting the Charizard, that was by Faded Puppy. I quite like those. I think those are probably my favorite four, but I'm not the only judge. And there were a lot of other like really kind of cool builds as well that I think were really good that just weren't quite necessarily on the same level as like one of these, for example. Like, I like this build a lot. This dragon has a lot of really good detail. This is a very, very good like organic style build for the dragon. And then this one, you know, the castle tower type thing on top of whatever this is, some sort of creature. You know, really kind of a cool, lots of really cool ideas here. Some of these are great. But yeah, as I said, I'm not the only judge. So I'm going to go through, judge all of these, put down my scores, and then get with the other judges, and we'll figure out who the winners are. Okay, just a couple more I really wanted to show off. This is by Keo Plays. I think this is really cool. Nice, like the landscaping in this is just fantastic. I love the custom trees and honestly like really good use of colors in here as well. Plus the use of these berry bushes to add like a little bit of extra detail. That's really cool. And then also over here, there's this one by Kaleburn. With like a Galarian Rapidash here in the front, and then another Rapidash over here. Like, this is really cool. This sort of like jousting arena. This is honestly a really cool idea, and also integrates kind of the Pokemon sort of thing really well. So yeah, really cool. All right, well, the judging is complete, and the results are as follows. I'm only going to go over the top 3 because we didn't judge like everybody and rank them. We just picked the top 3. First place, we have Kamiyumi, which is this build. And once again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering any of these names. It is what it is. But this is Kamiyumi's right here. This is the first place build. Second place was Jade TSP, which was this build right here. This one, load in, please. There we go. So this build was the second place build by Jade. And then third place was Angu with, I think it was over here. It was the one with the beautiful, like, night sky background. I think? Am I going in the wrong spot? No, this is it. I was right. Okay, yeah. So last was Angu with this build right here. So first, second, and third in that order, they'll all get a prize. Everybody who participated will get a prize. But yeah, those were the announcements. And I think the prizes, probably by the time this video goes out, will actually have been given out already. But yeah, those were the winners. Tons of cool builds. Thank you for everyone who participated. It's always fun to see the kind of cool, creative stuff that people come up with and the ideas and things like that, and just get some building inspiration too. We got like a new season of Hermitcraft starting. If all goes according to plan, my first Hermitcraft episode is going to be out on Sunday, not Saturday when everyone else is. Decided I needed an extra day because I had like a lot of stuff done, but I just didn't really like. I don't know. It just didn't quite feel complete. Like I had. Oh, can I not? Warp Safari. That was a little weird. I don't know what happened there. But either way, I had enough footage for an episode, but it didn't quite feel like it was a complete episode. It was like, it exists, but I wasn't happy with it. So I decided, you know what, I'll just take an extra day and get something, kind of cool done. So yeah. But this will be coming out, this video will be out on Saturday, the Pixelmon one, and then hopefully the Hermitcraft episode will be out on Sunday. That's my plan. But anyway, in other big news, and I'm super excited about this, in Pokemon news, the new generation of Pokemon games were announced this week. We got Pokemon, I believe it's Scarlet and Violet, are going to be the new games. They appear to be based on Spain, or at the very least, a Spanish-speaking country. I'm really thinking it's Spain. A lot of people have speculated that it's Spain. I don't know if that's actually been confirmed by Nintendo, or the Pokemon Company or whatever, Game Freak, whatever you want to say. But it seems to be that they're definitely based on at the very least a Spanish-speaking country. The new starters have already been revealed, which is crazy. Not that I'm complaining. And they look awesome, honestly. This is the first generation in a while that I've seen all 3 starters and gone, wow, I really like them. I like all 3 of them. Although, with that said, we only have the initial forms. I keep clicking on the Pokeball thinking it's the Pokeball icon, the bag icon, but no, I need to go into the bag. It's the first time I've seen all 3 starters and thought, wow, they all actually look really good. But at the same time, until I see the full evolution line, I don't know for sure. Because honestly, all 3 starters in Sword and Shield look pretty good too, and then the final evolutions and stuff just kind of turned out to be kind of underwhelming. So, we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for a new generation. I'm hoping that it's more... I mean, obviously, I don't want it to be an exact clone, like a Legends Arceus in a new region. I want there to be Pokemon battles and training and stuff like that, breeding, all that kind of stuff back. But I really hope that they lean heavily into a lot of the things they did with Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was amazing, by the way. I thought it was really refreshing to have a very sort of different kind of Pokemon game. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that we get not necessarily a true like open world Pokemon, but I would very much like to have a Pokemon game that, has a lot more sort of freedom to explore. I definitely prefer the overworld Pokemon encounters versus random encounters. I think random encounters really are kind of a dated sort of gaming mechanic, and I'm very happy to have non-random encounters instead. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the blend. I know it kind of messes up like Nuzlockes and stuff, but there's ways around that. You could certainly just plug in all the Pokemon in a route and generate, find out, just stick them in a random number generator and, basically have a dice decide your Pokemon for it. Like, there's ways around it. What else here do we not already have? I think we actually need a Geodude. Do we have a Geodude? We do not. We'll go for the Geodude as well. I'm just kind of randomly catching Pokemon while I talk about Violet and Scarlet because new generations. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of direction they take for like further streamlining of the sort of competitive aspect of Pokemon. Like, they've done a really good job over the last few generations of making competitive Pokemon more and more accessible through making breeding easier, through things like the nature mints and the bottle caps, all that kind of stuff has really helped to make competitive Pokemon far more accessible than like it's ever been. So I'm hoping that they continue to do that in Scarlet and Violet. I am a little anxious to see what the air quotes gimmick is going to be for the new generation, because I'll be honest, I really, really, really didn't like I really, really, really did not like Dynamax at all. Like, I thought it was an absolute trash mechanic. Sorry, Dynamax fans. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I loved Mega Evolutions, and I didn't hate Z moves. I wasn't a huge fan of them, but I thought Dynamax was just an absolutely horrible mechanic, and I hope it never ever returns. I never want to see it again. But I'm hoping that either they decide, you know what, it would be fine to have a generation without a gimmick. You know, I don't think every generation needs to have like some sort of special, super flashy gimmick. I think it would be fine to just have a Pokemon game with good encounters and fun battles and a good world and all that kind of stuff. But if they're going to have some sort of like extra gimmick, I'd honestly like to just see them bring back like Mega Evolutions. The thing that I loved so much about Mega Evolutions was that they really kind of breathed new life into underappreciated and sort of forgotten Pokemon. You know, stuff like Mega Lopunny was actually a really good Pokemon. Or like Kangaskhan was, to be fair, Mega Kangaskhan was broken. But like Mawile, all these Pokemon that really never saw any sort of real competitive play by the time Mega Evolutions were released. It was great to see them kind of get their time in the sun, you know, time in the limelight. And I honestly wouldn't mind them saying, you know what, we learned our lesson. A lot of these other mechanics are really just kind of unwieldy and not good. Let's just do Mega Evolutions and then continue to iterate on that idea, as opposed to introducing some other new mechanic that just kind of is either not really meaningful or just outright bad. So yeah, that's kind of the thoughts there, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm gonna keep catching Pokemon and stuff, and then we'll check on the town, and you know, I'll catch up with you in a minute. You know, the town really has continued to grow. You know, Jubiknight City, it's doing pretty well. One thing that has not really continued to grow recently, though, is the interior of our house. This is a thing that we need to deal with, because is not very pretty right now. So I would very much like to do something about that in the near future. But for now, I think we're probably going to leave it as it is. One thing I do want to do, we'll check on our egg here, and look at that. We got ourselves a Ralts egg. So the way that this works, you have to walk with it a certain number of steps, and that number is cut in half if you have a Pokemon with Flame Body, which is one of the reasons I wanted Talonflame so bad. I'm not sure if there is an egg hatching road. Hatch road. Look at that. Beautiful. So we'll vote and then use. Sure. So this server and the previous version, it's just a long straight road that you can just hatch eggs on, and over time, once you take however many, I think you can actually, is it egg 6? There's a command, I forget what the command is off the top of my head, but there is a command to show the, like, step counter to check how far away you are from hatching the egg. But anyway, I'm going to walk in a straight line for a while, and once I do, we'll come back and hopefully hatch an egg. Alright, my friends, this egg is almost done. I did figure out what the egg command was. You can see it is at the top of the center of the screen. It's a little tracker. It's the command is /eggs, plural. That's what threw me off. And then the slot that the egg is in. So yeah, but if you don't want to use that, you can also just look at the egg, and you'll see it'll the sprite will change depending on how close you are to hatching, and it says sounds can be heard coming from the inside. It will hatch soon. So any minute now, we will have this thing hatched. We just need to take a few more steps, and then it will be all done. So we'll let that tick up just a little bit. And there we go. Alright, it has hatched. So we now have a baby Ralts, and it does have the synchronizability, and it is a sassy nature. So now we can take this home. It's also a male Ralts. So we can take this home, and if I get another female Ralts, I don't believe I have one, at least not with the synchronizability, we'll be able to breed that, and then we'll be producing 2 eggs every however many minutes. So yeah, that's basically breeding in a nutshell. It's a lot of just sort of waiting, and also, are you a female Ralts by any chance? If you're a female Ralts with synchronize, no, you're male. Okay, I don't care. Go away. Yeah, but that's breeding in a nutshell. Lots of waiting and lots of running around and hatching eggs. That's basically breeding in a nutshell. But I think that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.